We're working, perhaps. Okay, what is up, everybody? Happy Friday, Junior. Sorry, I am 1 minute late. Technology, it's not my strong point. So we're recording over here. We're streaming live over here in Facebook. If you are watching this, will you please just give it a like? If you're watching it live, amazing. If you're watching the replay, will you comment below replay? I just, again, really love seeing what types of feedback I get so that I know whether or not something is landing with you guys. I know that I'm doing this at like a weird time of day. It's the middle of the day. You're likely at work because, you got bills to pay and stuff, which is amazing, obviously. However, I just need to do these during my work day because when I try to do them at night, guess what? I don't get a lot of attendance on those either. So I figure I might as well make it part of my work day anyways. If you are watching, just know that I super appreciate you doing that. If you have somebody that you think would enjoy watching something like this, would learn something from this, or from just all the things that I'm sharing all week long throughout our group, would love for you to invite those friends or family members or whoever. If you are somebody who is a current client of ours, keep in mind, when you refer somebody to work with us as a client, like you're incentivized by getting free coaching, which is so dope. And for those of you who are not working with us in the coaching space yet, you should be if you're looking to actually achieve those goals. So I get it. A lot of you want to try doing this on your own. You think that you've got it figured out or you know what to do. You just need to do it. Amazing. I'm going to give you another piece of advice today that's going to help you keep doing the things you know how to do. You just need to do it right here, right? I'm giving you five tips. They're going to help you drop 5 pounds over the next 5 weeks without going all or nothing. So Alyssa, what's up, girl? Happy Friday, Junior. Appreciate you being here, catching us from the West Coast. So 10 a.m. your time. Thanks for being here. If you're at home, I don't know, you're always on the go for work, so perhaps you're not there. But thanks for being here, my friend. I'm excited to see how today's conversation goes. If you guys have questions while you're watching this, please drop them in the comments. Obviously, I want to be here to answer them. I might even talk to you about a strategy that I myself am going to be implementing starting next week for a little summer shred, if you will. So 5 tips, how to lose 5 pounds over the next 5 weeks without going all or nothing. Let's just jump into it, right? I know a lot of you think that the easiest way to get to that endpoint goal is just completely change everything, right? You're just going to go from 0 to 60. It's like, oh, well, I haven't been working out consistently, but yeah, I want to work out 5 days a week. I kid you not, that is the common response that I see in our client intake form when somebody first signs up with us. I ask them, how many days a week are you working out right now? 0. How many days can you commit to working out? 5. I'm like, no, the hell you can't, because if you could have committed to working out 5 days a week, you would already be doing that. So we oftentimes have to start off small, just adding more as we go along. And if we don't have very many clients at all, I can't even think of anybody on my roster who works out 5 days a week. If they do, they're doing very short workouts that are like 15 minutes a day. So again, it is not about going from 0 to 60 with your workouts. It's not about going from 0 to 100 with being on point with your nutrition. It's not about running your ass into the ground, because the goal would be for you to lose these 5 pounds, you guys, over the next 5 weeks or less potentially, without feeling like once it's done, you're like, oh my God, cool. I can't wait to go back to the way that I was before I lost these 5 pounds. I can't wait to go back to doing all the shitty things that were keeping that extra 5 pounds on me, right? The goal is for you to lose the 5 pounds, for you to maintain that 5-pound weight loss, and for you to potentially even keep moving forward with making more progress if that is something you need to do. Keep in mind that somebody who's trying to lose the last 5 to 10 pounds, that is a much tougher battle than somebody who's trying to lose the first 5 to 10 pounds. So let's just say you're somebody who has a 20-pound weight loss goal. Awesome. I can give you these strategies and you'll probably be able to implement them, and you'll probably lose that weight really quickly, and you're going to plateau. Why? Because you don't know where to go from there. So the goal would be for you to get help so that somebody can support you with continuing along that journey. And it's okay to ask for help, you guys. Like, the most successful people in the world have coaches. They pay people to do the things for them. They are outsourcing the things that they don't know how to do, because if you knew how to do it, you would have done it by now, right? I myself, been a fitness professional for over a decade at this point. I think I was 8 years in when I finally decided to, no, less than 8 years. I was like 6 years in when I decided to hire my first nutrition coach. He sucked. He was shitty. Then I hired another nutrition coach. She was awesome. She again showed me how to not go at this with an all or nothing mentality. because I signed up with her, thought I was going to work with her for 12 weeks and lose 20 pounds. And it was very much not the case. We worked together for 2.5 years to get me to where I finally, again, as a fitness professional who does this for a living, got me to the point where I could finally do it on my own. So if you think you can do this on your own, amazing. I'm going to give you some tips to do exactly that. First tip, we are going to cut out liquid calories. So I challenge each and every one of you to just track your liquid calories for a week so that you can actually see how many calories you're consuming every day that aren't even coming from actual food. This is a huge eye-opening experience, not only to track your food, like that is huge. People don't know what they don't know. They're not aware of what they're not aware of. You know, I had a client who a few weeks ago, we were on a call together and she was talking about, she finally started tracking her BLTs that she was having at the office, right? She was grabbing this little piece of candy, you know, like 4 times a day or whatever. When she started tracking it, well, when you're grabbing a 60-calorie piece of candy 4 times a day, you're consuming an extra 240 calories a day unknowingly, which for her was a significant chunk of her calories because she was trying to be in a fat loss phase. She was just completely undoing the fat loss protocols that I had prescribed for her with having just that candy, not to mention all the other things that unfortunately she wasn't doing right because she was going out to eat a lot. So that was adding a ton of calories, but it's a whole other story for another day. Anyways, let's get back to the cutting out the liquid calories. So if you just track that to see how many calories a day am I drinking, you're going to be very, very surprised that that is a huge chunk of your daily calorie intake. Even me, as I open up MyFitnessPal right here, let me go to today. I was on Monday because I was already planning out my food for next week. 180 of my calories per day right now coming from liquid calories, coming from my 2 cups of coffee with creamer, coming from this like nighttime drink that I have to support like stress and adrenals, coming from magnesium, coming from my pre-workout. Like those are just liquid calories that if I cut those out right there, I could have 180 calories of actual food that would likely keep me fuller and satisfied for longer. Fortunately for me, I don't need to do that because I'm plenty satisfied from the foods that I'm having right now. But again, more than 10% of my calories right now every day are coming from liquids. And I'm somebody who doesn't drink alcohol on a regular basis. I am somebody who doesn't go to Starbucks and order high calorie drinks. Literally, the highest calorie drink that I order from Starbucks every now and then is 70 calories. Usually it's just a 20 calorie drink that I get from there. So again, keep in mind those liquid calories, they add up. But people seem to think that the calories in drinks like don't count for some reason. But it's not uncommon to see somebody cut out liquid calories from soda, from coffee, from alcohol, from juice, from smoothies, from those high calorie beverages at Starbucks and stuff. They cut those out and they drop significant amounts of weight. This is why you'll hear oftentimes about men in particular who, again, oh, well, my husband cut out soda and he dropped the weight just like that. Yeah, because he was likely drinking a significant amount of calories in his day-to-day. So this does make it harder for people who aren't drinking high-calorie sodas, who aren't drinking high-calorie coffees, who aren't drinking juices, who aren't drinking alcohol, right? It's harder for you because that's something you're already not doing. Just like for myself, it's harder for me because I'm not doing a ton of liquid calories every week. And the things that I am giving liquid calorie significance to are things that are important in my day-to-day. I just enjoy them. I'm okay with having them. I am actually going to start a challenge next week with myself. We're going to see how it goes, where I'm actually going to cut out, yes, you guessed it, my beloved coffee creamer, just to see how it goes. Again, I'll fill you in on what my nutrition plan looks like next week at the end of this. But yeah, cut out those liquid calories. That is step number 1 on how you're going to lose 5 pounds over the next 5 weeks without going all or nothing. Does this mean you're cutting out those things for forever? No. Does this mean that you have to go cold turkey with alcohol? No, not necessarily, but I guarantee you, if you cut out alcohol for 5 weeks, your life would significantly improve. Every single one of you. It would not get worse. You would not lose friends. You would not lose your social life. You might have a little bit of FOMO because maybe that's what you've been obsessing over for forever. It's like, oh, I have to have alcohol to hang out with my friends and have fun. Cool. You need better friends, or you just need to be a less boring person. Sorry, point blank, right there. If you cut out alcohol, I promise you there will be absolutely 0 negative effects, only positives. So cut it out. It ain't doing you any good. All right. Second tip on how to drop those 5 pounds. You're going to have protein and plants at every single meal. This is like my freaking motto. I swear I'm going to get it tattooed on me at some point. I mean, I've already got the coffee cup. I do need to get carbs or something like some bread or pasta. I don't know. But I swear I'm going to need to get a protein and plant tattoo as well, because I am just constantly saying it. So when you're having these single ingredient whole foods, well, they're a lot lower in calories than the garbage that you're being marketed to as being healthy, right? Just because something's in a package that says healthy or organic or natural does not mean that it is less calories, does not mean that it's something that's actually good for you. You know, the funny thing about vegetables and meat and eggs and yogurt and stuff like that, you know, the funny thing about them, they don't have to advertise as being healthy because they just fucking are. They don't need labels on them telling you, hey, eat me and lose weight, because I think it's pretty common knowledge that if you eat fruits and vegetables and lean protein sources, that's pretty fucking healthy, right? Like all of those things have been around for forever. Fruits and vegetables, cows, chickens, turkeys, they've been on the earth for quite some time. And guess what? People didn't used to be fat asses for quite some time. Why are people fat AF now? Because they're eating a lot of things that are highly engineered, hyper palatable, overly processed foods. They're not food. They're a completely manufactured food item that people have done extensive research and studies on to figure out, how do we make this thing taste better? How do we literally make like that on the Doritos or the Cheetos? Like, how do we make that stick to their fingers a certain way? How do we make it so that it sparks them wanting to keep eating these things and keep buying our product? That is the bullshit in the packages that you are buying. I don't care if it's a healthy cracker. I don't care if it's a healthy cookie. All of that shit, if you just like chucked that out the window and focused on, I'm just going to have protein and plants at every single meal, and I'm going to add in a great healthy carbohydrate source like rice or oats or potatoes or something, you would lose so much effing weight, you guys. So here's the thing we're going to do. You're going to have every single meal and snack. I don't even refer to them as snacks. I call them mini meals, but every meal and snack should have some form of looking like this. It's a dinner plate and it has fruits and veggies on half of the plate. You're filling that half of the plate, fruits and veggies, okay? The other half of the plate is a combination of 1/4 or more of a lean protein source. So beef or turkey or chicken or eggs or Greek yogurt or cottage cheese or egg whites, whatever. You want a protein source that fills at least 1/4 of that plate. And then the other 1/4 of the plate, you're going to have a carb source. Again, like I said, potatoes, sweet potatoes, oats, rice, whatever grains you've got. Maybe it's risotto. Maybe it's, I don't know. There's a shit ton of them. If you want a grocery list from me with any of that stuff, let me know. I will happily email that to you ASAP. And then you can also add in like 1 thumb-sized serving of fat. So whether that's avocado or butter or coconut oil or avocado oil or extra virgin olive oil or ghee, a thumb-sized serving of fat if you want it, okay? If you're already having like a fattier protein source like salmon or like a fattier beef or like chicken thighs or whatever, then you maybe don't need to have the extra fats. But if you want it, amazing, add it. Maybe it's avocado, maybe it's nuts, but again, we want to have those plates that are really well balanced and primarily protein and plants as your foundation. That's how you should be planning every single meal. Start with your protein source, dope. Add your plant source, amazing. Add that carb source. You got this down, okay? So that is tip number 2, proteins and plants at every single meal and or snack, all right? And if you're having a snack and you're like, that sounds like a lot of food for a snack, great, just have the protein and the plant. You maybe don't need the carb, you maybe don't need the fat, but you want to have protein and plants at every single meal, okay? Next one, eat out 1 time per week, max. 1 time per week, max. Again, this is for 5 weeks. If you said you wanted to lose 5 pounds, this is one of the ways you got to do it. If you're like, well, I'm not willing to cut out going out to eat all the time, then I don't give a shit. You clearly don't want it, right? Like you clearly don't want it. If you cut out going out to eat, you're going to save money. You're going to save calories. You're going to save your waistline. But if you think that you going out to eat is something that you just will not get rid of, then do not expect to make progress. It is keeping you fucking stuck, and that is it, all right? So if you could go out 0 times, it'd be even better. But the whole goal here is to really ditch the all or nothing mindset. And remember, I know you're probably going to go out to eat, even if you're like just for the rest of your life, you're probably going to go out to eat, right? Like you just will. So if it's something that you feel like you cannot completely cut out, at least cut back, right? So I want you to think about you're going out to eat, you're planning it. It's going to be an experience. It's going to be purposeful, something you truly wanted to do rather than I'm going out to eat just to go out to eat. I'm going to eat Chick-fil-A because I was lazy and didn't prep anything in advance. I'm going out to eat because my husband wants to. Like, no, go because like you want to have a great date night with your husband. Go because you've got a social event or engagement where eating out is going to be a part of the mix, right? Like, these should be things that you're doing because you want to and because you're truly going to enjoy it, not just because you were lazy and didn't set yourself up for success by prepping some food in advance, by planning out your menu for the week, by getting enough groceries for the week, or making sure that you've got things on hand in your freezer, fridge, and pantry, right? Going out to eat should be an experience. It should not be an expectation. Like, I don't know where it came up with people where they just decided that going out to eat needs to be a regular thing that they do every single week, or it needs to be the thing that they do with their friends because, I don't know, maybe you and your friends are fucking boring and you can't think of anything better to do but drink and eat. That's a problem, right? Can we not go for walks with our friends? Can we not go hiking? Can we not go find some adventure to get into? Can we not do a great project together or go crafting or something? Like, I don't know what the hell you want to do, but do something else. So go paddleboarding. I don't know, like the summer is coming. It is getting nicer. So find something outdoorsy you can do with your friends that is not being a fat ass, all right? It's just not necessary. Get better friends. So when I was putting my notes together for today, thank you, Alyssa, for the support, girl. When I was putting my list together yesterday, I wanted to look up a little bit of data on going out to eat and stuff. And so I was Googling like, hey, what is like the amount of calories in the average restaurant meal? So I will just say point blank, most people should be consuming around 2,000-ish calories on average per day just to maintain their weight, whatever. Like, we know it's going to go in a couple different directions. But if you're somebody who's trying to lose weight, would not be uncommon for a female who has a significant amount of weight to lose and who is just smaller and or who is older, it wouldn't be uncommon for you to eat about 1,500 calories in a day if you're in a fat loss phase. I myself am not eating too much beyond that, honestly, just because I'm like dialed in right now, had some things going on. Like, fat loss is a goal of mine at this point. So when I pulled up these articles, tangent, I wanted to find out the average calories in a restaurant meal. It is 1,200 to 1,500 calories in a single meal. In a meal, okay? That's likely at least more than half of your daily calorie allotment. If you're in a maintenance phase, like I said, you're probably eating somewhere around 2,000 calories just to maintain your weight. And that's sure as shit a huge chunk of your calories if you're actively trying to lose weight. And this does not even include appetizers, the bread and chip baskets at the beginning, the alcohol, the dessert. You don't understand. There are so many hidden calories in restaurant foods, even in fast foods, even in chain restaurants where they give you all of the nutrition facts online. Those can be up to 20% inaccurate, all right? Up to 20% off. And that's just if they're perfectly portioning things out, right? That's, oh, they're giving you an 8-ounce steak and they say, oh, this is 300 calories. Let's just pretend they're actually weighing that steak. Let's get away from the steak. Let's go to Chipotle. Let's pretend they're putting in 4 ounces of meat in your burrito bowl, whatever. That's what their guidelines are. That's what the person who's putting your bowl together is supposed to give you is 4 ounces. I don't think they're using a food scale there and actually portioning out exactly 4 ounces. They're just throwing it in with their scooper. Like, they go more off of volume-based measuring rather than actually weighing it on a scale. So if they were actually weighing it on a scale, it could still be 20% inaccurate in the amount of calories that they are telling you is in that food. But because they're not weighing it, it's probably even worse than that. It's probably like 50% more calories than you think you're consuming. And you're like, well, I'm tracking my food. I went to Chipotle, but I tracked it. Cool. It's still just a guesstimate. It is not accurate unless you are the one who is weighing and measuring at home. Even more accurate if you are the one who is actually cooking those foods yourself, so you know everything that went into it. So just save yourself the headache and ask yourself, can I ditch going out to eat for the next 5 weeks because I want to lose these 5 pounds and feel better? I guarantee you that is one of the biggest hurdles in most of our clients' way when we see that they're not making progress. It's because they are not eating foods that they are preparing for all of their meals. They're going out to eat multiple times per week, and it is fucking them up. Okay. So that was tip number 3. Eat out 1 time per week max. That is it. All right, number 4, increase your daily step count average by about 2,000 to 4,000 steps per day. So that's something you're going to want to look at. If you're wearing your Apple Watch, your Fitbit, whatever, go back and calculate what your average is for the last 7 days. Let's pretend you're like, okay, I got 10,000 this day, 6,000, 4,000, 3,000. Like just average what the last 7 days were. Okay, total it up, divide it by 7. That's your average. And now, whatever that was, you want to start hitting 2,000 to 4,000 steps, more than that number per day. So let's say you do your average and you're hitting 6,000 steps per day on average. Amazing. You want to bump it up to at least 8,000 steps per day. Okay. Try the 8,000. If you plateau, but you're crushing it, you're doing all these other tips that I'm telling you about. You're like, damn, I stepped it up by 2,000 steps per day and I'm still not making change. Great. You're going to need to add 3,000 or 4,000 steps a day instead of just the 2,000. But this sounds really daunting to people. It's amazing. You can tell people like, hey, go run on a treadmill for 30 minutes a day and kill yourself. And they're like, yes, fucking sign me up. Like, I'm so into it. We get a lot of people like that just want to do all the cardio. Yeah, I want to do a Peloton class every day. Oh, I want to go to Orange Theory every day. But to ask them to simply get the fuck off their ass for 20 to 40 extra minutes per day just to go walk or just to do like some random tasks around the house or something, that's a chore for them. They're like, I don't have time for that. Oh, really? Let's go check your screen time on your phone. I would love to see how many days you wasted 20 to 40 minutes scrolling on Instagram and Facebook, but yet you don't have time to go outside and fucking walk. You don't have time to hop on your walking pad like I am right now, or to go to the gym and walk before or after your workout. Like it's all about priorities, you guys. I guarantee you've got 20 to 40 extra minutes in your day that you are wasting doing something. Just like I guarantee you've got hundreds of dollars every month that you're wasting on stupid shit you don't need, like purses, like trips, like munchies, like grabbing fast food because you didn't have time to prep your food, like going out drinking, like going out to eat. You're wasting money every single month, just like you're wasting time every single day. And guess what's going to help to save you from wasting your time, your money, your energy? Having a fucking plan and following through with it. Guess what we do for a living? We coach people on how to have a plan and follow through with it. Anyways, side tangent there. So if you're like, well, I literally, like, my day is jam-packed, I don't know how I'm going to fit it in. I need you to go through your calendar. And I've literally had people do this where they block out every single 15-minute increment for the day. What is taking up your time? So then you're all of a sudden going to see, I guess I do have 2 times a day that I've got 10 extra minutes. I could go for a walk. I guess I do have 4 times a day. I've got 10 extra minutes. I could go for a walk. So maybe this means you're waking up 20 minutes earlier to start your day with a walk. Maybe you skip one of your nightly trash TV shows in favor of going out and walking with your family after dinner. Maybe you decide to scroll through your social media apps while you're walking outside or on your treadmill or on your walking pad instead of just sitting on your ass, wasting energy, wasting time. It's not hard. It's just something that you need to prioritize and make happen. So no, you don't need to go do extra cardio. You certainly could if you wanted to. But what we love about just adding in steps and adding in that more movement is that it doesn't feel exhausting. It's not something you're sweating after, so you don't have to like go take a shower. It's not something that your body has to recover from. Each and every one of us can add 20 to 40 extra minutes of walking into our day without feeling like we've got ourselves beat up. Okay. The goal should be, can I keep doing this? Can I keep moving forward? Can I just do something that doesn't even feel like anything? It should feel pretty effortless. Okay. So again, that's tip number 4, increase your daily step count average by 2,000 to 4,000 steps per day, every single day, not just weekdays, not just weekends, 7 days a week. Okay. And the last one, again, is another, we're doing it every day. We're not doing it just on weekends. We're not just doing it on weekdays. We're doing it 7 days a week. We are sleeping 7 to 9 hours per night. So this might mean you got to go to bed earlier, which means you're going to reduce or eliminate those late night BLTs, bites, licks, and tastes, and binges. Because we know people at the end of the day, they're bored or they're stressed. They use food as sort of this like coping mechanism. And they're like, oh, let me go find something in the fridge. Let me go find something in the pantry. Dinner wasn't satisfying enough for me. Oh, I'm going to go have a couple glasses of wine. those late night calories, no, there's nothing wrong with eating past a certain hour. However, I would say don't eat within about 3 hours of sleep if you feel like your sleep is getting disrupted. Oftentimes people are eating too close to bed and it disrupts their sleep patterns. So anyways, if that's an issue, then cut off that food. But the goal here really is it's going to help you to eliminate eating extra calories that, again, you just are mindlessly doing. You're just mindlessly eating these things without thinking about it. And it's a lot of times because you've done so much all day long. You've got so much decision fatigue from making so many choices. Literally, we're bombarded with choices every single second of the day. And it's like, well, now I'm just exhausted. I don't even want to think. I'm just grabbing food and I'm just comforting myself with the food. And that's not the vibe. Okay. So this might also mean that if you're going to bed earlier, guess what? You might end up waking up earlier, which means you might feel more well rested, which means you might have more time to crush a workout in the morning or to get in that extra early morning walk, right? Getting those extra 20 to 40 minutes a day to get your day started on the right note. So again, going to bed earlier might mean you end up just waking up earlier. You feel rested, you feel recovered, you feel awesome about taking on the day. That's a good thing, you guys. It's going to allow you to have a higher energy, more productive day. Sleep is the magic elixir. I always say, if your sleep sucks, everything else sucks. It's so, so true, right? If you're getting more sleep and better quality sleep, this means that you're probably going to reduce the cravings that you maybe have throughout the day, since your body's not going to have increased rates of the hunger hormone ghrelin, and it's not going to have the decreased levels of the satiety hormone leptin, okay? So again, when you're not getting enough sleep, when you're not getting at least 7 hours a night, every single night, your hormones are fucked up. You have too much of the hunger hormone. You're craving foods. You're never feeling full and satisfied from your foods, no matter what. And your satiety hormone leptin is decreased, which means you never feel full and satisfied from your food, again, no matter what. So it might mean all these things happen, right? Like I said, it might mean you get up earlier, might mean you go to bed earlier, might mean you have a better day, but it definitely, if you get 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night, this definitely means you're going to look better, no matter what, because we all know that we look like shit when we don't get enough sleep. You know it. You go into work and everybody's like, you look like hell. Yeah, I do. Why? Because I got shitty sleep. Like, that's always something we know is an indicator somebody got shitty sleep because they look like shit, right? So anyways, those are my 5 tips for you. We're going to wrap it up in one big bow. 1, cut out liquid calories. 2, protein and plants at every meal. 3, eat out 1 time a week max. 4, increase your daily step count average by 2,000 to 4,000 steps per day. And 5, sleep 7 to 9 hours per night. So this is how you're going to lose 5 pounds in the next 5 weeks. I actually would challenge you. You might even lose 5 pounds in a week just by doing this. So what I was doing right before I got on this call, I was like, you know what? I kind of want to try and experiment with myself and see what I can do to like level up my game. So I just got back from travel. Leading up to the trip, I was in a deficit. On the trip, I was not in a deficit. Like, I was hitting my protein every day, hitting my fiber every day, making sure that I had really well-balanced meals, and then I was enjoying whatever we were eating at night. I didn't overdo it on alcohol or anything like that by any means. I didn't overdo it on food by any means. But now this week is all just about like getting back into my rhythm, being home, doing the normal things that I was doing before I went on the trip so that my body can sort of adjust and level out, right? So each day I keep seeing the scale drop back to where it's supposed to be, which is great. But, I've got more events coming up in May. Summer is right around the corner, 9 weeks away from the first day of summer, just so you all know, just a reminder, which means we're probably like, 5-6 weeks away from Memorial Day weekend. Like, again, you want to drop those LBs before Memorial Day weekend. Take these tips into account and you're going to start to look better, feel better. That's a big deal to me. Why would you not want to feel better? So what I did is I got on my fitness pal. I'm like, I'm going to map out my food next week and I'm going to eat just whole foods. Okay. I'm going to eat just whole foods for at least the entire week. And we're going to see how that goes. So I'm not going out to eat. I'm not having alcohol. I'm not even going to have my coffee creamer, like I said at the beginning of this. And I'm going to see how I feel. I'm going to see if I notice any changes in my measurements, in my energy levels, in the scale. I'm not changing my calories. My calories are going to be the exact same that they are this week, but everything that I'm going to consume is going to be real whole foods. So just to give you an idea, because perhaps you're curious, I'm going to let you know exactly what I'm eating. So my drinks next week, it's just going to be my coffee with some stevia. Stevia is natural. It is a real food, so I'm good at that. Okay. Have my cup of coffee with my stevia. My breakfast is going to be riced cauliflower with oatmeal. I'm going to do regular, like, quick oats. I'm not even going to do my, like, pre-packaged oats. Yes, Alyssa, if you love the challenge of eating whole foods, like, maybe we can be accountability buddies if that's something you're interested in. But okay, so I'm having my riced cauliflower with my old-fashioned oats, with egg whites. I have some coconut oil in there, some stevia in there, some cinnamon in there, and then berries. So strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, blueberries. And this is all basically what I eat every day anyways. It's just that I'm taking out some things, right? I'm going to take out my sugar-free maple syrup. I'm going to take out my powdered peanut butter. I'm just going to take out a lot of those extras, you guys, which there's nothing wrong with those things. It's just I want to see what it feels like, right? This is just an experiment. I like to run on myself. My next meal is going to be an egg, some turkey breast, carrots, and an apple. My next meal is going to be my roasted sweet potatoes with peppers and onions and extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to have some grilled chicken that I put on the Traeger, and I have some green beans. Next meal is going to be 93.7 ground beef, broccoli, brown long grain rice, and avocado. The next meal is going to be Greek yogurt with blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, strawberries, some stevia, some coconut oil, and some cinnamon again. So yeah, all of that. I'm super stoked about it. It's going to give me 150 grams of protein a day and 40 grams of fiber a day. So all of that through Whole Foods. I am very excited to do it. If this sounds like something you'd be interested in doing and you want me to, like, share my exact meal plan with you because you're like, Crystal, that was a lot, let me know. I'm happy to do that with you. You can even follow me on my Fitness Pal if you want. My name over there is Crystal Dawn 215 if you want to check out the things I'm eating and stuff. But yeah, I'm just excited to see how it goes and give myself a little challenge because, you know, it just feels good to feel good and to do something that really does mentally challenge you to get a little bit outside of your comfort zone. And so I'm excited for it. So anyways, that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you learned something. I hope you're excited to start your own journey of potentially, you know, dropping 5 pounds over these next 5 weeks. And let me know if I can support you. If you've got any questions or anything, drop them below, and have an amazing rest of your day and week. We'll talk to you soon.